"You're going to have to remove that medal if you want to remain in this courtroom," one of the male judges said coldly, his gavel still echoing. The courtroom fell silent. A man in his late 60s stood tall in the defendant's corner, wearing his dress blues. His Medal of Honor glinted under the lights, pinned firmly to his chest. "Excuse me?" the veteran asked, his voice steady, though his fingers twitched slightly as if reaching for the rifle that used to be there. "It's a distraction," the second female judge added, not even glancing up from her notes. "And frankly, this isn't a place to show off." The words hit like shrapnel. A few people in the courtroom gasped quietly, one woman covering her mouth in disbelief. But the veteran didn't move, he didn't flinch. He simply stood there, eyes locked on the bench of 4 judges, 2 men, 2 women, each seated behind their elevated authority, as if the bench gave them the right to insult sacrifice. "I wore this when I pulled 3 men out of a burning Humvee," he said quietly. "I wore this when I buried my best friend. I wore this when I was brought home in a wheelchair." His voice didn't shake, but something behind it did, something deep and unmoving, something built from pain and purpose. "And I will wear it today, in this courtroom, because I earned it." The head judge, a silver-haired man with a reputation for strict formalities, narrowed his eyes. "This is a court of law, not a military parade. Remove it or be removed." The tension in the air was thick enough to cut. For a moment, the veteran didn't move. Then, slowly, he reached up, not to unpin the medal, but to adjust it with quiet defiance. "Then do your worst," he said, "but I'm not taking it off." The bailiff hesitated, looking between the judges and the decorated man. Something about the moment felt wrong, felt dangerous. Still, the judges ordered the courtroom cleared. Cameras were cut, reporters were ushered out. The veteran was escorted outside, medal still on his chest, and the case postponed. But someone had already pressed record. A small phone clip, captured just before the cameras shut down, began to spread. The footage was blurry but unmistakable, a Medal of Honor recipient being told by a panel of judges to strip himself of the nation's highest military distinction. The caption beneath it read, "Hero humiliated in court," for wearing his honor. It went viral within hours. By sunset, the veteran's name was trending across every platform. Former Marines, Navy SEALs, Gold Star families, and citizens alike erupted in outrage. Hashtags like "Cash and Stand with Our Heroes" and "Medal of Honor" trended globally. People demanded answers. Protesters gathered outside the courthouse the very next morning, many of them veterans, all of them silent but steely-eyed, medals pinned to their own chests. The judges were nowhere to be seen. Then the backstory came out. He wasn't just any veteran, he had saved 14 lives in a single day, lost both legs in the process. Received his medal not from a mail-in recommendation, but from the hands of a sitting president. His courtroom appearance. A pro bono testimony in a land dispute case involving a fellow veteran being wrongfully evicted. He wasn't even the defendant, he was the advocate, he had come to help. And they tried to shame him. Public pressure exploded. A petition to remove the judges racked up over 5 million signatures in 48 hours. Civil rights groups joined in. Major news outlets replayed the clip on a loop. "This man bled for his country," one anchor said tearfully, and they asked him to hide the scarlet ribbon that proves it. Under immense scrutiny, the judges finally issued a statement, cold, clinical, and unapologetic. They claimed they were maintaining decorum, and that the medal was not part of standard courtroom attire. But no one was buying it. Their social media pages vanished, public speaking events were cancelled, sponsorships and academic affiliations were severed. Within a week, all 4 judges had either resigned or been placed on indefinite administrative leave pending formal review. The veteran, for his part, stayed quiet through the storm. But when asked to speak at a town hall days later, he stood before a crowd of thousands, medal still shining, and said this: "I didn't serve for applause. I didn't fight for fame. I did it so people like them could sit safely behind a bench and say foolish things. But freedom isn't just a privilege, it's a responsibility. And when people in power forget that, the people will remind them." The crowd stood. Applause thundered. And for the first time in a long time, justice didn't come from behind a gavel. It came from behind a uniform. So never ask a man to hide his scars when those scars were earned protecting your freedom. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.